Oh, look at that Fantastic Four.
Guys, first off, congratulations on your new film, and thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you too. We appreciate you.
Vanessa, first, you look lovely as always. Throughout your impressive career so far, you've played some fierce, intense, and brave women, just like in The Crown, Pieces of a Woman, and recently in The Fantastic Four. And now in this film, you play Lynette, a woman determined to do anything for her family and their survival. So I wanted to ask you, compared to those other great roles, how did Lynette challenge you differently as an actress?
Mm-hmm. Thanks for those kind words. I think she challenged me so much because um because it all takes place in one night, right? So it was almost like in The Crown, we got to play over many years, and you got to see her evolve when she was young, and so you saw her whole journey from someone that had innocence to someone who was quite traumatized, really, by the end, and very in a lot of pain. But Lynette, you're meeting her, and once you're meeting her instantly, and then she's off on this mad journey, and it's essentially a dark night of the soul, is really what it is. And so I think the challenge was trying to understand how someone could have been so pressured and so squeezed in her life, and so had so much damage that this night something breaks, and she makes a series of decisions, one after the other, that are misguided, but you understand why, because there's such a vulnerability and such a desperation to try and break out of a system, and a set of circumstances. And it's an allegory for the kind of human condition, really, is when you're pushed, something snaps at some point.
And you were fantastic in the role, really. Benjamin, what attracted you the most about the original 2021 novel, and on what element specific did you want to concentrate the most when doing your own interpretation for the screen?
Well, I guess I think the idea that you can someone can be doing two or three jobs and not be able to afford their home is really a sort of unique modern tragedy. So I sort of wanted to understand and tell that story about Lynette, who represents millions who are essentially one or two paychecks away from collapse, and to shine a light on those single mums, to those nurses, those caregivers who are literally being priced out of the cities that they are there to help run. And so that was a big sort of part for me, and also for us to work together again, because we had such an amazing, brilliant, creative time together when we were working on The Crown, and we've been trying to find a project to do for a while. And so just to be back on set, creating and playing and making and telling this really important story.
I think you guys did a fantastic job, Benjamin. Before wrapping up, Vanessa, this film reminded me of classic movies where you follow the main character, like you were saying, during the whole night in the city, such as After Hours, Collateral, Eyes Wide Shut, and Uncut Gems. Why do you think audiences love this type of movies where the main character is put through the ringer and we're somehow rooting for them?
Yeah. I mean,
well, it's a sort of it's almost like it's happening in real time. I think that's what's so brilliant about it. I think that and I've always, all of those films were certainly references that we went and watched and tried to understand what was so brilliant about it. But the idea that you are, the sort of the beginning and end is contained. It's within 24 hours. There's a ticking clock, and you're putting your main protagonist through some sort of extreme situations within that period, I think only helps increase and dial up the intensity, which as a filmmaker and as an actor, you want to try and imbue that sense of what that person's life is like. And of course, it's sort of slightly unnatural that we're pushing it all through the prism of 24 hours. But the feeling of that anxiety is probably what that you as those individuals are facing almost every day. They're just not necessarily having to have to go through everything that Lynette goes through in one night. But
And you definitely feel it as a audience. You feel the pressure and the ticking clock. So again, guys, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And congratulations on your new movie. Vanessa, congrats on the baby on the way. Wish you the best always.
Thank you so much.
Saludos desde Puerto Rico.
Thank you
Cuídense.
so much.
Bye bye.